Hello, I am Dr. Noob, and you must be Mr. CrunchyRoll, correct? I see. Now, it says that you've come in because you seem to be having some issues. Could you explain it? Right. Your latest season is, not looking so well. Well, let's sit down and take a look at the chart and all the medical issues. I see you've been doing well in the past. You've had very good original series. Let's see, you've had The God of High School. You've had Inspector, Tower of God. And it seems last season you had the masterpiece Tonikawa Over the Moon for You, which was so sweet it could have caused diabetes. Ah, I see what the issue is. We're looking at your latest original series called X-Arms. Well, I'm not sure how to tell you this, but it's cancer. Unfortunately, this anime is so bad that it is giving your viewers cancer. Luckily, I see that you are fighting the disease by having So I'm a Spider, So What? But I have to tell you, the diagnosis does not look good. Unfortunately, it looks like X-Arms might be the anime that gives you and your viewers cancer. Hey folks, yes, today we are talking about CrunchyRoll's latest original series that seems to be causing nothing but bad news for them. I'm talking about the anime X-Arm. If you have not seen this dumpster fire of an anime, good. Don't go near it. Don't go near it. Now, I myself actually was originally interested in this anime, and in my last video where I told about what I'll be watching, there was actually a section in there about X-Arm, about how I was interested in seeing it. Well, that was until I saw the trailer. And the trailer, well, it was garbage. It was straight up garbage. I don't know how to explain this except for an 8th grader's first 2000 attempt to make an anime project. The visuals in this CG animation are just atrocious. Now, as I said, this is a Crunchyroll original series, which surprisingly, out of some of the other ones that they've done, I'm still trying to figure out who greenlit this. Now, it doesn't help that the animation studio behind this, which is known as Visual Flight, is a brand new studio. Apparently, they've had no prior experience with animation, and unfortunately, it shows. The characters in this, especially your main character, first of all, he's got the most god-awful dead-eye look ever. I mean, whenever he's just looking at something, there's no soul, there's no nothing. And let's talk about some of the transitions in this thing. I'm talking pre-rendered stuff that you could find on your computer programs. I mean, there are fake lightning flashes. You've got characters that are just images. They're not even moving, just being dragged across the screen. When they wanted to move in towards a school building, you could tell that someone just went in there, cropped the corners, and just started stretching this thing. And you could tell, and if you look at it, you could see it getting grainier and grainier because they're getting closer and closer to the image. And it was so bad, I couldn't even get through half of it. I got to a point where your main character and I guess his brother were talking as they were cooking, and I noticed that the main character was in 3D CG and the brother was in 2D animation, which is kind of an odd choice. I mean, yes, they've done animes where they've had certain things in 3D while the rest of it is in 2D. Let's take By the Grace of the Gods that just came out last season, where the slimes and the horses were CG and the rest of the characters were 2D, which worked out pretty well, except for the horses. I still think they looked weird. But this time it didn't even look well. And some of the animation in this that I did see, I want to say PlayStation 2, maybe PlayStation 1 era games, but at the same time, I remember some of the great games that came out on PS2 that had great anime, intercut scenes that were just so beautiful. So I can't really compare it to that. Honestly, what I compare it to is early Nintendo DS games. You know, the weird, not quite square, that's kind of like roundish shape. There's a picture up here somewhere. That's what it reminds me of. There were some games I used to play on that had visuals that really matched this. So, I mean, it was bad. To give you an example of how bad this is, everyone in the community knows about the Berserk 2016 CG anime. We know it. We don't acknowledge it, but we know it. That, at last check, had a rating of 6.43 on my anime list. I went to go find out what the rating on X-Arms was on my anime list, and by God, it is worse. 2.25. CrunchyRoll, you did it. You made an anime so bad, it made Berserk look good. And the other troubling thing about this was an anime that was supposed to come out last year during July 2020, but it got pushed back because of the whole COVID thing. Now, I'm sorry. That gave you another 6 months to fix this thing. Nobody in CrunchyRoll looked at this and said, what the hell is this shit? Did they just go, hey, here, throw money at it, why not? The concept of this was based off of several one-shot mangas that came out previously. I've never read them, so I don't really care. But the whole premise of the sci-fi feature was something I think we needed more in the anime world. I don't know who in CrunchyRoll greenlit this. I have a feeling they're no longer working there. But it was bad. It was bad, bad, bad. There's no other way to put this. It is straight garbage cancer. It is cancer. And you know me, I watch some bad stuff. Hell, I've watched Pupa twice. So you know I watch bad stuff. For me to literally not get 15 minutes into an anime episode, that should tell you straight out how bad the animation on this was. Now, folks, like I said earlier, if you have not seen this, don't go watch this. The only reason you should go watch this is to see how bad animation is done. How first-time animators in a community college are animating stuff. And I'm not trying to insult those people, but that's kind of how it felt like. If you just want to see something really, really bad to show that anime could be worse, go sit through this, and I apologize for you. But if you want to avoid cancer, I would say stay away from X-Arms. It is not good. It is not going to survive to a second season. And if it does survive to a second season, I seriously am going to start applying for CrunchyRoll, because apparently I have more brain power than whoever greenlit this. Folks, what are your thoughts on this atrocity of an anime, if we even want to call it that? Have you unfortunately seen the first episode? Did you get further and see some of the very, very stiff fight scenes that supposedly are in this? Or are you lucky enough to have seen the trailer and backed off and said, nah, I'm good, thanks? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, folks, I'm the Noob, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!